On February 24, 2007, a suicide truck bomb detonated on a crowded street in Habbaniyah, Iraq. Camp Takadum's surgical detachment was the nearest medical facility, so a majority of the victims were transported here. U.S. troops and Iraqi ambulances were arriving with wounded civilians almost non-stop for the first hour after the blast. There were old men, women, young children, some conscious, some not, most on stretchers and a handful able to walk on their own. Their attacker did not discriminate, detonating his explosives while innocents were present. The medical personnel at Takadum conduct mass casualty drills on a pretty regular basis, so professionally they're prepared for this type of event. All totaled, they treated 50 people who had injuries ranging from life-threatening to minor abrasions and shock. The doctors on hand performed surgery on 10 of the patients. But even before the first ambulance arrived, military personnel were flocking to the hospital by the dozens in response to an email that blood may be needed. One hallway was lined with Marines, sailors, soldiers, and airmen, frantically filling out the necessary paperwork to donate blood to complete strangers, while others waited outside to help transport patients and needed supplies to doctors and corpsmen. Everyone wanted to do something. Some were simply assigned the task of sitting with a patient until the more critically wounded could be cared for. When the hospital's operating and trauma rooms and its wards filled to capacity, doctors performed procedures wherever they could, even the floor. Many patients were later medevaced to hospitals in Balad and Baghdad for follow-on care. Only one patient admitted here would succumb to his wounds shortly after arrival. After a few hours, the toll of their nonstop effort began to show on the faces of much of the medical personnel, but so did the satisfaction of their work. One corpsman said, "There's no doubt we made a difference. A lot of lives were saved." I'm Sergeant Josh Hauser with the 2nd Marine Logistics Group Forward in Iraq's Al Anbar province.